Hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So I couldn't think of what to do a reading about today, but then as I was mulling over current events with Yankee Wally and the Sussex Squad, everything going on there, um, I came upon an idea for a reading. And that is, hi Patricia, how are you? As I was thinking over, current events and how proud the Sussex Squad are to defend Harry and Meghan, myself, I'm like, huh, they're useful idiots in this tyranny that Harry and Meghan are bringing in with their globalist friends. They really are. I mean, they're just there to bring in the Fourth Reich. They're just like the black shirts, brown shirts, like BLM Antifa. They're just useful idiots to bring in tyranny for the globalists. And while they're getting well paid for now, the time is going to come when they're going to be discarded. And I think they're going to be quite surprised because I think, hey, Tuppence, how are you? I think that the Sussex Squad are under the impression that Harry and Meghan just love them and care about them and are so thankful to them. And I'm like, really? Because of the way they support Harry and Meghan, like, oh, defending them against the royal family and against the British culture and the world. Um, they feel like heroes, right? So they think in their minds they're doing the right thing. They're the heroes. They're defending their heroes here. And Harry's actually publicly thanked them at one point in the press. So he has, publicly done that, and he called one of them, that Danny Trin one, a few years back. Couldn't find the article right now. I don't know if it's been swiped off the internet, but anyways, the impression I get is that the Sussex Squad thinks that Harry and Meghan love them and need them and want them. But I think they're being used. I think Harry and Meghan couldn't care less about them. I think that as soon as their use is done with as the useful idiots, that Harry will just and Meghan will just discard them, ignore them, and throw them to the wayside. I think they're being used. I do. And I think some of them are naive enough to believe that Harry and Meghan really care about them. And I was thinking about it. I mean, look how Harry treated his own grandmother. Look how Harry treats his family. Look how he treats his old friends. Look how he treats his country. Look how he treated the Marines when he ditched going to the Marine Memorial to go to a Lion King premiere. Look how Harry treats people. Do you really think, as a Sussex Squad member, that Harry really cares about you? Really? I don't know. I think they do think that they care. I do. Hi, Lydia. Oh, you should be asleep. Sorry. Keeping you up today. Well, I couldn't think of what to do a reading. I finally have an idea to do a reading about, and I'm going to do it with the Mermaid Tarot, Tarot of the Mermaids, in honor of Yaki Wally's new friend, Mermaid All. You can see her on Twitter. Yaki Wally is posting videos on Twitter right now. Oh, and by the way, I may lose this account, so be sure to hook up with me on Odyssey so that if the Sussex Squad takes down this account, that, you can find me there where I have freedom of speech. But I wanted to look at, how does Harry really feel about the Sussex Squad? I mean, Harry has betrayed everyone in his life, basically, and his own country, his own family, his people's, and he's openly censoring everyone. So he's betraying everyone in the Western world, basically, helping to bring in this tyranny. And yeah, so they're bringing in the tyranny here with the censorship. It's not letting up. And yeah, I want to see how does Harry really feel. 'Cause of course, him and Meghan are acting like, "Oh, we love you," but do you ever hear them saying it publicly? No. Yeah, they flew a few over to the Invictus Games, but for multi-millionaire billionaires like that, that's nothing for them, right? Um, I noticed they never publish. It's difficult to find any pictures of them posing with Sussex Squad. They don't invite the Sussex Squad over and have a party with them, or you would think Harry and Meghan would have a celebration in honor of them, right? Have a little get together, retreat in the summer, book a resort somewhere and bring in all their Sussex Squad and all have a big party, a big family party there. I don't think Harry and Meghan want to spend even a single minute in person with them. Maybe they can grab them walking in a door somewhere and get a quick picture, but that's about all you're gonna get is a 2-second picture and, "Oh, yeah, thanks," and then move on. I mean, do you really think Prince Harry gives a damn about the Sussex Squad people? I don't know. Yeah. Harry and Meghan, all they care about, their globalist buddies like Oprah and the Obamas and the Clintons. That's all they care about. And I'm saying my theory is that the Sussex Squad are useful idiots. And I think maybe Yankee Wally may have brought this up at one point, but well, let's see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe even though Harry betrayed his family and his grandmother and his country and the military, maybe Harry, maybe he really does love the Sussex Squad. Maybe he really is, maybe he's a different person for them. Maybe he is grateful to them and thankful to them, even though he doesn't show it. How does he really feel about them? Let's see. I mean, look how he treats Nacho, his friend of decades. I mean, Nacho's gonna, do everything, right? I mean, it seems that way to me. It's like Harry expects everyone to just follow around him and fawn on him, and he couldn't care less. I don't think he could care less. I mean, look how he treats his father and his brother and his book, his own family and his old friends. And he disses his old friends and his old girlfriends. And even the first woman he basically raped, in my opinion, the one he got drunk and jumped on her in a field, wrote about that in his book. I mean, he doesn't have any loyalty or care in the world for anyone, right? That's what I think. I don't think he's able to really care about anyone. He's very, very, very selfish, I think, with everyone. I just find it hysterical that these Sussex Squad members, these strangers online from a totally different world, they really think Harry cares about them. Well, let's see. Maybe he does. Maybe, unlike everyone else in Harry's life, maybe suddenly he has a caring bone in his body for a Sussex Squad. I mean, look how Harry and Meghan treated their staff. The Sussex Survivors Club in the UK. Look how they treated their staff. People who worked with them in person. Look how they treated them. And I'll bet Omid Scobie has some stories to tell. I bet you he's just waiting to spill the beans. How much you want to make a bet? Uh-huh. Just saying. Omid may just write a book in the future that will be interesting. Once he breaks off with Harry and Meghan, because I get a feeling that, yeah, I don't think Meghan treats him well either, I bet, at the end of the day. Harry and Meghan. Even someone like Omid Scobie, I bet you Harry and Meghan are disrespectful and dismissive of his, I wouldn't doubt. So let's see. How does Harry really feel about the Sussex Squad? Let's see. I pulled two cards here. I'm not doing the full reading yet. I'm gonna do it little by little. So the first card I get, okay, Sun. So there it's work, keeping him in the limelight, protecting his TR image here. Sun, I always think of sunshine sacks. And you see here this it's a mermaid deck, right? So she's riding on the horse. Harry playing his polo and using so it's kind of like he uses and look at how Harry treats horses. I've heard he's terribly abusive to the horses as well. Um, he doesn't treat animals well either, I gotta tell you. That's son of a psychopath. And oh, oh, oh. Queen of Chalices and the Queen of Cups reversed. So I do get that he does care about his mother for sure. I always think Queen of Cups. But I think that unless you're like his mother, uh, and in perpetuating his mother. Now, I do notice that a lot of Sussex Squad do, put a lot of Princess Diana pics up online and, remembrances of her and this and that. And of course, we do have the anniversary of her passing coming up soon, the end of the month. So they may be doing something for that. So I do get that he likes crazy women that help him with his agenda, with his success. So Harry depends on crazy women, basically. And pursuing his, and abusing, using and abusing his mother's memory, another woman. So it's like Harry's whole life is surrounded by being crazy with crazy women. And these Sussex Squad and Meghan Markle, of course, are all perpetuating this mother complex Harry has. And so I do think that he recognizes that the Sussex Squad are helping him with his success in getting censorship everywhere and pushing his agenda, the New World Order, and pushing his mother's memory and all that, and trying to get sympathy for him because of course he's always looking to get sympathy for his mother's death, right? I mean, we just saw with the near catastrophic car chase in New York. I mean, he's still pushing the I'm just like Diana, my wife is just like Diana, I'm just like my mother. So he does like that the crazy Sussex Squad are supporting him and his pushing the agenda of using his mother to play the victim, but Harry is not a victim. Okay, let's get real here. He is anything but. He actually admitted in his book he killed how many Taliban again? I mean, he has. That's a victim. Okay, I don't think so. It's like on the one hand he wants to be a hero, warrior, killed all these people, and on the other, it's just poor him. He's victimized. It doesn't make any sense. So I do think that he does recognize the importance of the Sussex Squad right now in his PR and in censoring people who expose him for what he really is about. So, but at the bottom of it all, how does his attitude with the Sussex Squad, how does he really feel in general? That's how he feels right now. But generally, oh yeah, Five of Wands. So he sees them as his army, as an aggressive group of wild people here who are just fight, 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 fight. And of course, he likes fighting. He was in the military. He's a fighter. He fights with everyone, him and Megan. So he does see them as just a group of warriors and, his squad, his fighting team. And to him, they're just a bunch of, minor arcana here. They're just a bunch of fighters that he's hired to attack anyone that he chooses. And because he's so prominent globalist up here, the sun, he feels like, they're his army. He's the leader, they're the army. But, it's not that they're so important to him personally, it's that they're a tool to be used, right? They're useful idiots. His mother would be ashamed of him. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he doesn't know how to live in the world. But he's got all this money. It doesn't matter. If you have that kind of money, you'll be just fine. Not worried about you in the real world. And he's out of control though, for sure. And he's not a nice person in my opinion. I don't think from his track record, I don't think he's a nice person. I mean, just the fact that he would hire a Sussex Squad like this just shows how aggressive and mean he is. Um, and outing people publicly and doxing them and harassing their family and their children. The Sussex Squad were just attacking some guy's children. I mean, they have no boundaries, right? None whatsoever. And of course, they are as well colluding together, conspiring to take down YouTube accounts. So, there's no end to what they'll do. It's work. So, hmm, he got together with them to work to control the internet, to censor, and to carry his burden. This is the Sussex Squad for him. They're there to do his work, his bidding, his agenda. They're his. So I'm getting wands and wands. It's about the internet, it's about social media, and it's about work. Just get to work. They work, they're employees, they're servants. They're his fighting army, and that's why they're getting paid because to do a job. And that's what they're there for. So they're employees basically. Um, but I don't know, it just seems to me that the Sussex Squad seems to think that they're personally important to them. They seem to think that they're some emotional significance to Harry and Meghan, like their family, or they act like they really care about them, like family or something when they don't even know them, never even met them. I remember some time ago, a few years back, I mean, one of them got angry because I guess Meghan never called him or something. In other words, there was a recognition of the lack of respect of Harry and Meghan towards them. And I think they were quite surprised by it. Like, whoa, they're treating us like this. That was just a taste of it. I mean, I don't think they really fully understand how insignificant they really are, and that they could be easily replaced. Like, that they wouldn't, Harry and Meghan couldn't care less, you know? So they're there to work. I mean, that Harry is, they're his army. He sees them as his little, for now anyways, they're a useful army to fight for him, and he does enjoy that and the craziness they stir up and the way they seem to worship him and his mother, like as if they basically worship Harry, it seems, in some of the things they say. Like he loves having this adulation because Harry wants to be like John Bon Jovi, like a star. And he wants everyone to worship him because that's the false idols kind of idea, right? It's very evil, Luciferian, in my opinion. But that's what he wants. And so he loves that the Sussex Squad do that for him. They worship him. Oh, he's a wonderful. Him and Meghan are so wonderful. And the royal family doesn't treat them well enough. And oh, no, these people, how dare they criticize Harry and Meghan? They're so perfect. So he loves that. He loves the adulation, the attention online. He wants to read that because he's an egomaniac. He's a narc. He really he's a typical, he's like Fauci. Remember Fauci was always wanting people to, they were making posters and singing songs and just worshiping him like he's so wonderful. And he was eating it up. He had a fan club. He started a fan club on Instagram, the Fauci fan club. I mean, they were making him look like a saint. They were painting him like a saint. Saint Fauci. They were selling stickers, Saint Fauci. I mean, it was out of control. Well, that's what Harry wants. But you see how these evil people want to be worshipped, right? So it's not a sign of being a good person, I'll tell you what. Very not good sign. So this is what Harry wants. He loves that they fight for him, they work for him, they worship him. Yeah. Anyone seen a Harry sighting actually back in the US? No, I haven't heard anything. Visa concerns. Yeah. I hope he's not allowed back into the country. That would be awesome. Oh, the Sussex Squad would be on that for sure. I hope he's stopped. I hope they stop him at the border. That'd be great. Like, yeah, Harry, yeah, yeah, go home. That would be so awesome if they blocked him. He is supposed to be going to Germany next. Maybe I'll just fly straight to Germany from there. That'd be good for him. So what's Harry expecting to do with his Sussex Squad? What's he expecting of his relationship with them? What's he expecting? 'Cause he does enjoy that they fight for him and work for him, but they're just workers to him. They're just some group he hired to do a job that he wanted, and that's basically the end of it. And he thinks they're crazy too with the Queen of Cups reverse. I think what does he expect? Okay, again, wands, Six of Wands. So he wants to be worshipped, like I was just saying. Six of Wands is the hero. So he wants them and expects them to portray him as a hero. He fights for you, like Nacho said on the Ellen DeGeneres show. And so that's what he expects and wants. He wants the Sussex Squad to start a movement of worshiping him and hailing him as this war hero, as this, in general, just somebody who to be worshipped. So that's what their main fight. Besides fighting for him, they're expected to put him on a pedestal and make him look like a rock star, and that's what he expects of them, and he's paying them to do that. But wands, 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 it's all about promoting him, making him look good, making him look like a savior and a star, especially to young people. Harry and Meghan are very targeted on the young people. He knows young people are going to go online. He wants the young people to get sucked into the Sussex Squad group and to fight for him too. So this, online is the most important place to go if you're going to influence young people, right? Have to be on social media, right? So that's why Harry and Meghan have their Sussex Squad all over social media to make sure the young people gravitate towards them and take up the fight with them, fight for their future with Harry and Meghan, because Harry and Meghan, it's not like they're with the globalists that want to oppress you and censor you and put you in poverty and like Venezuela with communism. No, 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 no. Yeah, they want you to worship them and hail them as they destroy your freedom of speech and all your other freedoms. So what's going to happen in the near future with Harry and his Sussex Squad? So he wants the Sussex Squad to make it look like he's worshipped online. He's so wonderful and everybody loves him. So that they want the appearance of what they want. And this is why Sussex Squad are all over social media and YouTube and everywhere to promote Harry and Meghan and doing it in a very sneaky way with their sneaky Sussex Squad. Oh, oh, what's gonna happen next? Oh my. Ace of Swords reversed. Ooh, total destruction here. Wow, not going well. Now, Harry did just lose his HRH title. I wonder if he's going to lose more. I don't know. But I'm looking at him with the Sussex Squad. And so, starting out, the Sussex Squad were like this powerful, coming in, supporting the monarchy and all that, supporting Harry and Meghan. But now it looks like things may be turning against them in general, especially against Harry. Knight of Wands, again, Wands, more fighting. The fighting's going to increase as push comes to shove because Harry is getting a lot of pushback with his work, his illegal work he's been doing with the censorship and the Aspen Institute and his visa. I mean, the arrogance of Harry to come out in his book and say, "Yeah, I take drugs all the time. Drugs are good." I mean, he's endorsing drug taking. This is a man who wants to influence young people, and him and Meghan go to teenagers and et cetera, trying to influence them. And he works in mental health with his Better Up app. And at the same time, he's saying, "Yeah, you should take drugs. I think hallucinogens are great. They really clear your windshield wipers," or whatever phrase he used. So he's a real sick mofo, really deranged. And here I get the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles reversed. Nasty women who are getting paid to do this. So I get, yeah, yeah. Ace of Cups reversed, Knight of Wands, and Queen of Pentacles. So I see the Queen of Pentacles reversed as the Sussex Squad, who are women. They're all women except for maybe Bosie, who leads the pack. Um, but he came in later. But the Sussex Squad are the Queen of Pentacles reversed. They're women who are there for the money. They're getting paid well for now until they're discarded, in my opinion. But they are going to continue fighting for Harry, and they are having more and more difficulties as sentiment is turning against them. Harry's and his agenda is falling apart here with his censorship. He's being exposed, what he's really about. Hollywood has turned on them. I mean, people have woken up to them loud and clear. And no matter how much Harry tries to control the internet and censor our free speech and take down YouTube platforms, the word still gets out. No matter how much they attack GB News and whatever else, the word's still gotten out. People know what he's about. The people can see and what him and Meghan are really about, and it's quite obvious to people. So the Sussex Squad aren't going to save him. They're going to continue fighting. I mean, I do see that they're going to continue the fight online as long as they're getting paid, but it's just going to get nastier and nastier, and they're going to keep losing and losing. It's going to go downhill as far as trying to win over public opinion for Harry and Meghan. It's not going to happen. They've lost public opinion. They're losing it bad. Uh, they're going to still fight. They may still have control of the streets of Twitter and YouTube, but people are moving away from these platforms as they get more and more oppressive and full of censorship. Because nobody wants to live in the Chinese Communist Party censorship. And I do feel like YouTube is trying to groom people for that, try to get people to Americans to, adapt and be groomed into censorship. Like you can't say this now, you can't say that. So little by little, chipping away at your freedom of speech so that you get used to it, and the more you get used to it, the more acceptable it is, and the more you adapt into tyranny. I mean, basically, there's only one way you're going. Well, censorship is tyranny. So I mean, and they keep upping it. They keep upping the ante with what you can't talk about. Right? Every week it's something new. You can't talk about climate change. You can't talk about alternative healing. You can't talk about the you know what's. So they keep adding more and more. So you see how that's why I'm saying it's grooming. It's like adding more and more and more. So basically, you can't talk about anything. I'm just waiting. They're gonna be like, "Oh, you can't talk about Harry and Meghan now. Yeah, you can't talk about politics. You can't, or at least you can't talk about, whatever the political opinions they don't agree with. Has to be tyrannical opinions, right? I'll talk about the globalists, that's for sure. I'll tell you that. So how is this going to end up? All right, let me see. What does Harry not like about the Sussex Squad? So what does he not like about the Sussex Squad? What does he not like about them? What does he dislike the most about them, I should say? What does he hate about them? I mean, he just sees them as a bunch of fighters, soldiers that work for him. That's all he sees them as. I mean, I'm not getting any love here or feelings. It's all wands, 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 coins. He pays them. He thinks they're greedy and malicious, and they're just there for the money, which is probably true. But obviously, if they weren't getting paid, they wouldn't be doing this. You know that. So he sees them as greedy little mofos, there for the money, but they're good fighters for him. But there's no love here. There's no caring. There's no thankfulness. There's no gratitude. This is just someone who's hired some hitmen and women. They've hit women. And hired this gang. He's paying for them. They're doing their job, and that's how he sees them as. They're just there to do a job, and they're only there for the money. And there's no love lost here once it's over. You know. So they don't really care. He doesn't really care. Him and Megan's attitude is, if the Sussex Squad leave, he'll just hire some more. I mean, there's always somebody around the corner for a few bucks will do what they do. Let's face it, it's not like it's difficult to get that job, right? So, what does Harry dislike the most about the Sussex Squad? What does he hate about them? What does he dislike the most? Let's see. And I get King of Wands. King of Wands. Wow. Well, he doesn't like all the attention they're getting. He is jealous about that. He doesn't like when they steal the limelight. I think that's why Harry and Meghan don't do any publicity with them, because he doesn't like giving them media attention. He wants them to be in the background and to just be portrayed as some random anonymous people online. Now, there have been a couple of articles published about the Sussex Squad saying, "Meet the Sussex Squad." Yeah. And he doesn't like that. He doesn't like them getting stealing the attention away, because that's the whole point. That's why Harry wants all these YouTube channels taken down, like Yankee Wally and everything, because he doesn't like the attention going to them. It's all about attention and publicity, right? Him and Meghan don't like it. So they certainly don't want the Sussex Squad getting media attention. They don't like that. They don't like the Sussex Squad taking attention away from them. They're supposed to be these, anonymous, like Antifa, BLM background in the background, just a little army doing their work. And they're not supposed to be looking to get any kind of publicity or attention. Because the attention's all supposed to be on making Harry look like a hero with all this backing and support. But they're supposed to stay anonymous figures in the background. So he hates when they get articles and when they get prominence and when they talk to the media. Oh, he doesn't like that. He does not like that. He certainly doesn't like people talking about him paying them and all that. Although they've come out now and they're claiming, "Oh, we don't get paid," but they're liars. We know they get paid. There's wands all over this. This is work. This is career. So he does not like them taking attention. He does not want the world talking about Sussex Squad. He does not want focus on them. It's supposed to be just on Harry and Meghan and what heroes they are. So what does he like about the Sussex Squad? What does he like? I mean, it kind of makes sense. Why would you think someone like Harry would like someone like a Sussex Squad member? You know what I mean? They're from two different worlds, but you can't tell me in a million years Harry really likes them. I'm just saying that's my personal opinion. And from what I'm getting here as well from the cards, he looks at them as just like workers. They're just some workers, fighters that he hired and he pays, and that's it. There's no real thankfulness or emotions here. It's you're paid to do a job, you do it, done. And with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, that's like a nasty woman. He doesn't see them as nice women either. He sees them as kind of nasty. So and they are nasty. So, what does he like about them? Does he like anything about them? Let's see. What does Harry like about the Sussex Squad? Oh, nothing at all. My goodness. Judgment reversed. Woo! He hates them. He just can't stand them. They are, I mean, not hates them, but he thinks that they're very judgmental and um, they are just a very like a broken record. They're constantly doing the same thing over and over and over. They're boring, but they are a major, influence online, a major arcana. But he realizes that they're there to be destructive. They are destructive. They are judgmental. That's what they do. They go online and they judge other people and they decide who they want to take down or not, or they criticize and try to deplatform people, etc. So yeah, he sees them as just negative there. I mean, you can kind of see these two figures in there, like these two depressing figures. They're just like you know, um, and there's Harry. So this is Harry up here, little angel here, and he wants to be put up on a pedestal by these people down below in the dark. Kind of get the light and dark thing going on, kind of like the races going on here. Just saying. I bring that up in my Odyssey video as well. So he's, trying. Harry wants and Meghan want to be portrayed with their mother, his mother, as a saint, and they're so wonderful, and you should worship them. But the Sussex Squad are like this dark belly that he doesn't want seen. Like this is in the dark. And, he doesn't want them coming out of the dark. He doesn't like them coming out and getting publicity and articles and talking about themselves. He wants them to, just shut up and put him on, make him out to be a hero and worship him and his mother and Megan. And otherwise, nobody wants to know anything about you. Don't you dare talk about yourself, put yourself out there, or try to get your pictures out there with him. He doesn't want anything to do with that. He doesn't want to make them any, he does not want to give them any attention. Their job is to give him and Megan attention. And that's the beginning and end of it. So definitely no love lost here. He does not like, there's a lot he doesn't, there's more that he doesn't like than he likes here. And I get that he sees that they're doing an effective job deplatforming people, but at the same time, he sees them as these slugs in the dark. I mean, look, this is them down here, these like little slugs, just like down there. And while Harry and Meghan, they're up here with the elites, with the global elites, high far above them in every way. They feel superior to everyone. Harry and Meghan feel superior to everyone who's not wealthy like them, who's not a globalist. So yeah, so really, Harry has no feelings for these people, really not. Oh, here we go. Because Harry is, I'm talking about how Harry's feeling, and of course, the Nine of Swords comes out. And of course, Harry is very mentally ill himself, and he doesn't think straight, and he is, he's a very disturbed, dark individual in his mind. He's a very depressing, angry, woe is me. He expects, he's just a deranged, mentally ill person. Is really at the end of it. Him and Megan, honestly. And the lovers reversed. So I'm asking about Harry. Lovers Reversed is, talking about him and Meghan and how he just wants that their, relationship is portrayed as positive when it's anything but. It's about divisiveness. He wants to cause divisiveness. Lovers Reversed is like separating and causing divisiveness in on a world scale. This is a major arcana. And that's what this is all about. It's about divide and conquer. It's about coming in and separating and causing racial disharmony with BLM Antifa and causing, whatever the latest flavor of vax, anti-vax, whatever the latest thing is, they want to cause divisiveness. And Harry wants to do this. Harry wants division. He wants people fighting. So because he's so mentally ill, he enjoys causing this painful divisiveness amongst people and getting citizens turning on each other and deplatforming each other. I mean, because he sits up there on his throne, I mean, figuratively, and watches all these little peasants fighting with each other and deplatforming each other. and attacking each other online, and he just enjoys he's like George Soros. He enjoys unleashing the evil and watching all this happen because like George Soros, he is mentally ill. They're all mentally ill, and they want us all dead. They're eugenicists. He hangs out with Jane Goodall, who comes right out publicly and says, "No, we need to bring the population back to the way it was 500,000 years ago when we only had 500,000 people, right?" So, he's Harry's enjoying getting people. He's sick. He's sick and twisted, and a diabolical globalist elite, and he's enjoying watching the pain and suffering because Lover's Reverse is like very painful suffering. He's caused Yankee Wally a lot of painful suffering, separating her from her channel. You can see it as that, doing what they love, what they create. Lover's like creating something, and he loves destroying that because Harry is a sick, twisted, mentally disturbed person. He loves, and that's what the cards are showing. He loves the divisiveness and destroying people's work and destroying their creativity and creating disharmony and getting people lashing at each other and fighting like banshees, like attacking each other like animals. He loves it all over him. He loves the divisiveness. And again, going back to the beginning of Harry and Meghan, they've been pushing the race agenda from day one, and now they're pushing every other agenda. So. But particularly the critical race globalist agenda and BLM and all that. But he loves destroying society and getting all these peasants fighting with each other. He's getting a real kick out of it, and he knows that his Sussex Squad help instigates the peasant fighting, if you will. So he sees us all as peasants, right? But his Sussex Squad are his army to put him on a pedestal and make him look like a hero as he creates painful divisiveness in society and separates people and gets them fighting and upset and deplatformed, of course, off of social media. So because Harry is so sick in the head, mentally ill himself, he enjoys this. Him and his other diabolical buddies there. So how will it end up? One last card. Internal division. Yes, thank you, Amanda. Exactly. Yeah. They love it. They're loving this. They love it. They want us at each other's throats. I mean, when I was watching back in 2020 when Antifa BLM were destroying Washington, D.C., when they were setting all the fires everywhere and destroying our cities, I remember thinking, I felt like George Soros is sitting back watching his TV screen, watching this, and just getting such, feeding off the negativity and evil of it and just being so happy. I'm like, the globalists are just sitting back, watching these idiots in the street killing each other, attacking each other, and they're just laughing. They're just laughing because they know they paid Antifa BLM to go out there and attack. And BLM Antifa were attacking old people, crippled people. They were walking up behind people and hitting them with a baseball bat to the head. That's their favorite way to attack. When they get someone who's not even aware they're just walking down the street, they love coming from behind and cracking their skull open with a baseball bat. Really sick, diabolical, evil stuff, and all paid by the globalists like George Soros. So, and the rest, it's not just him, of course, the whole group of them, but I could just felt like, yeah, George Soros is sitting there watching all this and just so happy with himself. And I get the same vibe with Harry. Harry sits back and watches because Harry and Meghan are on social media all over. So I get the Harry sitting back and watching this and just getting laughing at his evilness and spreading this evilness amongst people and getting people attacked and fighting people and watching old ladies like Yankee Wally suffer. The irony is Harry is always claiming to be a victim because his mother was attacked. It's like, yeah, what about the Yankee Wally and other women that Harry's attacked with his Sussex Squad? He doesn't care about them. He wants them to suffer. Harry likes watching older women suffer. I mean, that's what he's been doing with his Sussex Squad, attacking older women. As Boozy says, middle-aged white women. Seems like that's Harry's favorite target, Harry and Meghan, to attack and cause to suffer. That's what I'm seeing in the real world. But anyways, not going to see that in the publicity and the PR media. So how's it going to end up? Oh, this is the ending card here of Harry with his Sussex Squad, and I get the Temperance reversed. So again, the idea of being very unhealthy, disharmonious, chaos, emotional meltdowns, um, and just ending very badly. And separating. Again, the idea temperance upright is working together closely, which is what they're doing now. But of course, they are ultimately going to separate. Once their usefulness is over, the Sussex Squad will be dropped like a hot potato, and Harry and Meghan will be like, who? Sussex Squad who? What? We don't have anything to do with them. We know nothing about them. We just know some group of women got together one time and raised money for Sensibility, but otherwise, we don't know who they are. We have no idea. We have nothing to do with them. They'll deny, deny, deny having anything to do with the Sussex Squad in the future after their usefulness is over. And the Sussex Squad will not be left high and dry with no money, and Sussex and Harry and Meghan will not even recognize that they even know them. They're like, "Who? I don't know who that is." So, yeah, so it's gonna end badly. Temperance reverse. The Sussex Squad will no doubt have a meltdown and maybe try to turn on Harry and Meghan, but at that point, it'll be too late because, I mean, all these platforms are just dying anyways because of all the censorship and everything. So, yeah. So I'd say it's gonna end very badly. It starts badly, it ends badly, but that is the agenda of Harry and Meghan and their globalist buddies and the New World Order. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care, everyone.